Rouse's Markets is voted best grocery store in New Orleans, best grocery store in Baton Rouge, Mississippi, Gulf Coast, Thibodeau, Houma, Hammond, Lake Charles, Mobile, year after year. Thank you for choosing us best grocery store on the Gulf Coast. Number one.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The number one grocery store
In Mississippi, Alabama,
Louisiana.
1 million customers a week can't be wrong. Welcome to Rouse's.
Hello and welcome back to this edition of Bayou Time. I'm your host, Keith Whiteside, licensed clinical social worker with Terrebonne Home Care. Very glad to be joining you, and we are glad that you are joining us. We're always excited at this time of year to really kind of bring in law enforcement to talk a little bit about the excitement, but also the need for safety as we get back into school. Welcome to the program, Detective Lieutenant David Spencer for St. Mary Sheriff's Office. Thanks so much for joining us.
Oh, thanks for having me.
We appreciate this. You know, it's one of those times where we just really need to be vigilant as the kids get back to school. It's still really, really hot out there. I know the heat very often is kind of consuming people in their thoughts, but we really need to be careful and safe as we get the kids back to school.
Right. As safety goes for the kids, making sure that they, stay out of the roads and they do the things they should do if they're walkers or if they're bus riders. But it also is for the public of knowing that, hey, you're going to have kids walking to school now. You got to be cognizant of them and review over the whole thing. Whether you see a bus that's stopped and the arms are out, not the time to just go, I'll just go around that bus this one time. It's a big safety factor.
Yeah, and it's just one of those things where we just need to be safe for kids loading and getting on the bus. It's not just seeing that bus, but following that bus, and especially kids coming out, as they, I think about the young kids, first time they go to school, mom and dad, they're out there, they're wanting to make sure that they're kind of chronicling everything as they get ready for this, maybe that first day of school. We want to make sure that we're keeping everybody safe. We don't want any accidents, injuries, or deaths this year.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, they're one of our greatest commodities in the parish is our young people. It's the future. It's, the little guys are mom and dad, the apple of their eye and grandparents. And we want to make sure that we're doing all we can to keep them safe as well.
Yeah. And I know that you guys are very dedicated over at St. Mary's Parish and the Sheriff's Office. You guys are doing something awfully unique over there, challenging the kids to some of these athletics. I'm really excited about what the sheriff is doing and what you guys are partnering. There's a way to partner with the young people, but when you can go and play games with them, you really become so much better. They get to know you very well doing that. Let's talk a little bit about the sheriff doing this with these games.
He believes strongly in our young people, and we do too. The kids are killing us, to be honest with you. We thought we got close a couple of times to getting a win last year, but it wasn't to be.
It just didn't
happen. They didn't, and it's so funny to see how they interact. The kids at Centerville were the best at trash talking, to be honest with you, and they were referring to the sheriff as grandpa. Well,
Okay.
A few days later, he was at a local business, and he ran into one of those kids, and the kid called him grandpa again and ran over to give him a hug. So you're starting to build some relationships and some rapport with these young people.
Yeah, I love it. And it's challenging the schools to kickball, volleyball, and basketball games. But you guys have a great little video. Let's run that video, Jason, to let you know what the sheriff and their team over at St. Mary is doing with the schools.
Hi, I'm Sheriff Gary Driscoll, and I'd like to welcome back all the students, teachers, and staff back to school. I'm proud to say that we've been working hard with the school board to get more SROs back into schools. So now we have more SROs than we ever did. And I'm very proud of that fact, so that they can spend more time in the schools keeping the students safe. Our SROs are a dedicated professional group that love the kids, they're dedicated to their work, and they work very hard every day for those students.
Welcome back. As we return to school, remember, safety is our top priority.
And for those of you waiting at the bus stop for the bus, pay attention to what's going on around you, stay aware, and stay out of the road.
School bus crossing arms are safety features we need to be careful with. The kids need to watch before they cross the street or get on the bus. School safety.
If you're walking to school, try to choose the safest route possible. And if you are crossing the street, watch out for vehicles. And if you have a crosswalk available to you, use that.
By being vigilant and following these guidelines, we can all assure that we have a safe 2024-2025 school year.
I gotta say, we've had a rough year or two, challenging the students to some volleyball games, basketball, kickball, but we've had a blast. And this year, the challenge is on again. We're looking forward to going into the schools and playing these kids and spending time with them. We enjoy it, we love it, and we're gonna get our first win this year. I know it, so I challenge all the schools, get ready, we're coming. Also encourage our deputies to do walkthroughs through all the schools and sit in the parking lot and do their reports so that we be more visible and our presence is felt. Let's have a safe and successful school year, and let's keep our kids and our teachers in our prayers. Thank you.
What a great little video, I got to tell you. And so as we start to wrap up here, it's awfully exciting, David, to be able to see the sheriff interact like that. And again, you said it all when you said the young kid that came up, gave him a hug, and called him Grandpa.
Hey, we love doing this stuff. And to be honest with you, I'm a 17-year educator and coach myself. And to work with a sheriff that makes the young people a priority, that's a big deal. And then Walter Shepard that you're showing there, he was a band director for 30 years.
Right.
And so it's a big deal. He and I worked together at Berwick High. And I just love the whole idea that we're actually reaching out to these young people.
Yeah, and not only that, you're not only reaching out to them, but you're reaching them on a level that very few people can do. I mean, you get on their level, and quite frankly, they're winning. So congratulations on the program, but good luck. We certainly hope you guys get your first win here this year. Thanks so much for joining us. We appreciate it very much. Thanks for thinking outside of the box and what y'all do over at St. Mary Parish.
Thank you.
All right, we appreciate it. All right, guys, that'll do it for this particular segment, but don't go anywhere. Got a whole lot more coming at you right here on this Bayou Time when we continue.
Today's social media segment is brought to you by South Louisiana Bank. It's better when we bank together. Waits and Downer, attorneys at law. Terrebonne Ford, built Ford tough.